Visual expression does not stop at the easel picture or the making of images upon a piece of paper. It is not confined to picture galleries, those mausoleums of dead languages. Everything that we see that is not nature but man's handiwork also belongs to the realm of visual expression. Every cigarette kiosk, water cart, policeman's helmet, or lamppost is expressing something, as clearly as do the words upon a printed page. Almost they are an ideographic language. Buildings, the shapes of streets and squares, the interiors of houses, their furnishings and fittings, or the dresses people wear, speak the same language as Rembrandt or Gainsborough. They are the bearers of visual sensations and emotional messages, a speech of sorts. If they say over and over something tired or incoherent or dispiriting and stupid, that necessarily has its social repercussions. Though the eye may not be so attentive to the things said to it as is the ear, it has access equally to the emotive centers. Englishmen no more express themselves in buildings, finely designed townships, original interiors. Those communal palaces that one might expect a socialist administration to plan are not even dreamt of, though this is, I think, through no fault of the government. Our cities grow in a hideous disorder. They are visual weeds. Our interiors, with their characterless assemblage of necessary objects for sitting, eating, sleeping, and so on, are no longer an active expression of the life of our time. It is as though it were not a time, but a blank, or, at best, a nerveless survival of a number of other times. Take down an 18th century book from your shelves, if you have one, and read a few pages of it. Then do the same with a contemporary book of the same class. You will find that the latter is a very inferior performance as far as writing is concerned. The speech of the politician is no longer a work of art. In music, where are Beethoven's and Mozart's? As to painting, wonderful talent is displayed not only in galleries, but in commercial art. But unless the state steps in, painting will die out entirely, except as a pastime. As to my water cart and lamppost just now, and indeed that goes for most buildings too, it probably would be said that it would be better that they should express nothing, be neutral and nondescript. The abolition of visual expressiveness, without being exactly desired, is accepted with indifference, were not definitely approved. Although visual expression, being silent and confined to optical transmission, we are hardly conscious of when there, and do not miss when absent. We are profoundly affected by it. To illustrate upon the simplest level the nature of these influences, a morose and sunless day, or a dirty and untidy room, or contrariwise a bright and cloudless day, or a clean, well-designed, well-appointed office, library, zoo, or workshop, depress or stimulate. Nature abhors a vacuum, but also nature abhors a chaos. Order is as necessary to us as light. Form is a high variety of order. That nature favors the arts of human expression might be more difficult to convince people of than that disorder irks it. But since it prefers order, is it not probable that it prefers a highly expressive order to just a pedestrian tidiness? However, what we refer to as nature has proved itself in manifold ways and so invariably a matchless creative artist, that to question its preferences would be absurd. The inventor of the peacock, the toucan, the red sword-tail fish, etc., cannot be supposed to look askance at the arts of expression. So, for what that is worth, we have nature on our side, or whatever is concealed behind that term.